Okay, so I thought I would just get on here. I haven't been on here in a while. It's been a few days since my last post. I guess you call it. I don't know what you call it. Since my last YT. Okay, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Hey Ed, how you doing there, buddy? Good to see you there. Hey Robert Irving, good to see you. What's up? I'm just chilling today. I've been busy, been working my ass off. But I've been busy. There's little Nick. Oh, hey, little Nick. Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie. How you doing, girl? Yeah. So, yeah. I just. I'll hang on a minute. Just a second. I didn't. I know. I should have probably announced that I was going to go live at a certain time. I was going to do it yesterday, but I have been so busy. I've been so busy. I've been. This is irrigation season for me, and so I've been busy. Their jobs are coming in right after right after one another, and I'm trying to space them out to where I can get them. And some of them I get hung up on. Like I got hung up on one. I started it Monday and wasn't able to finish it, so I had to kind of weave it back in through sometimes because there was quite a bit of stuff. It's just a lot, not a lot of big stuff, just like installing timer, running wire, and then ripping out old valves and putting in new valves. In fact, I need to take a picture. I need to video that or take a picture of it and post it on my Facebook. And you guys can hit me up if you want to be my friends on Facebook. I don't really talk about this case too much on Facebook because I have customers and you know customers people, and that's why I wanted to go on here tonight was today this afternoon. This is because I had this is my only day off, but um, behavior analysis, that's what I wanted to kind of chat. It's been going through my mind a lot, and I know a little bit about it. I've kind of not really, I never really took a class on it or anything, but I have done some study of behavior analysis, and that fits really good with this case right here. And people can lie to you to your face and tell you one thing, but their body language tells the whole story. It's kind of like a crime scene. Crime scene talks. I mean, you can change stuff around and hide stuff and plant stuff, but still, the ultimate thing is the crime scene talks. And that's the same thing that's going on in Timmy's case, my son Timmy. And Nicole and I were just chatting about this a few minutes ago as I was out driving and I was speaking it into my phone. And so some of that, that doesn't work too good when changes it. But anyway, so the thing is behavior analysis. You know, people's eyes, their expressions, the things they do, they tell the story. And much like a guilty person, if they're guilty, and this behavior analysis goes back to the biblical. You can take it back to the Bible. In the book of John, it talks about, you know, darkness won't come to light because light will expose their deeds. And that's the same thing that's going on right now. It's like if you ever confronted a liar, you know, somebody's a liar and you know they're telling you a big story about lies. Okay, so if you ever confront one, they'll either get really pissed off and then they won't talk to you and then they won't come around you. They will avoid everything about you because they know that you know what's up. And that goes along with behavior analysis. Uh, okay, so like when Reagan went down to Westminster City Council, and she was, I mean, not council, but Westminster Public Safety Center, and she went in and she uh, wanted to talk to Chief Barron, Kim Barron. see, these things go through my mind after all this is going on, and uh, these are things that have been going through my mind pretty much all week. And so, she went in there and she went to the desk and she wanted to talk to Chief Barron, but Chief Barron avoided her because number one, Louis Engelberg was behind the glass, and that's another thing. I mean, the guilty person, they've pulled them off of the street for their safety and put them behind bulletproof glass. We're not going to go over there and shoot people. I mean, but, they do that. And besides, that has a plus. Now you don't got a psychopath cop who is also a liar out on the streets gunning people down. Because let's face it, if it had been any other agency that had showed up for my son Timmy Dwayne Henley at 1 o'clock or whatever, to be precise, I don't know exactly right now or what time, he would be alive today. And that's just the facts. If Louis Engelberg had did his job in the morning and transported Demi to medical or put him on a 24-hour psych hold, whatever, he would be alive today. Okay? See, he neglected to do his job. And so then that's when the cover-up started, and that's when the lies started. And I know I've talked about a lot of this stuff before, and I'm going to talk about it some more and some more and some more. And because this is how I'm going to heal, or somewhat heal, from my son dying, being murdered, not dying. He didn't die. He didn't get cancer. He didn't get heart attack or anything like that. No, he was gunned down by a lying psychopath cop. Okay, I have friends, kids that have coached football, they've grown up now, they're cops. I've talked to them. They wouldn't have handled this situation nothing like this. No, they would have did their job in the morning. Okay, so here's another thing. If you're at a party or if you're anywhere and you have a friend that's drinking or somebody who's drinking, you don't give them the keys to their car. They know they're drinking, and each drunk is going to tell you, "Oh, I'm okay. I can drive," because I know I did the same thing back 28 years ago. In 1990, I got my last drunk driving, and I thought I was able to drive. I was cool, but I wasn't. I couldn't even pass a roadside sobriety test. But yet, when the police officer, I wasn't driving my vehicle, but yet when the police officer took my friend who was driving my vehicle, and the cop knew I was going to drive, and so he kind of set me up, handed me the keys to my truck, and told me to walk home. Or find somebody to pick me up. Well, they went around the block, and I thought I was able to drive. So I just jumped in the truck and pulled away from the curb. And what they did is they just went around the block. As soon as I pulled away from the curb, they hit me with the lights. But they knew my behavior. They knew what I was going to do. And just like this psychopath cop, you could see the look in his eyes when Regan was talking to him about Kim Barron, about wanting to talk to her and how she was supposedly out of the office or busy. And then she came down, and then he talked to her, but he didn't tell her that somebody was there to see her. But she already knew. They already know. As soon as people walk in the door, they know everything. They have cameras, they have video cameras and recordings going on. I mean, that's another thing, is they have all this equipment inside their public safety center, but they don't have it on their officers or in their cars. And that's really disturbing, to be really honest. Because in this day and age, there's a video camera somewhere, everywhere you go. And so, see, there's another one. You see the behavior of the whole Westminster Police Department is they don't want video cameras. They don't want this. And obviously, from the discovery drive from the district attorney's office, they don't even have video recordings on interviewing officers or witnesses when somebody's murdered or done something broken the law. If they do, they've pulled it out. But that's kind of odd too, don't you think? I think it's kind of odd to have, in this day and age, to have video surveillance everywhere, but yet not in an interrogation room. See, back to the behavior analysis, profiling. You profile these people, you profile psychopaths, you profile, liars, and that's what they are. Easier to cover up things when you don't have cameras, right, Ed? But they do have cameras, okay? But they just choose not to. They have them because they knew when Regan went into the public safety center that day. She went to pass out these buttons, these Justice for Timmy buttons, Justice for Timmy Henley. And she put them through that glass, and on the other side of the glass was Louis Engelberg, the guy that didn't arrest Timmy, that didn't do his job in the morning, and then the first officer on the scene, the first officer to holler that Timmy had a knife, and then started shooting Timmy. You know, he was just probably scared of Timmy. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was, but you can see it in this guy's eyes. He's a psychopath, and psychopath people get jobs working for the cops because they want to kill people. You know, I mean, it's sad to say, but there's a big story over there. Yeah, you have to record the cops on your own there in Westminster because they're, they have that video. Like I was saying, they have that video surveillance, and they knew when Regan was there. But yet, when they have their reports of their interrogation, there's no video. See what I'm saying? They choose to hide that stuff. And so, people who lie, they all the time cover stuff up. And some people are really good at lying. They can lie to your face, and then when you bust them, they can already retract it and turn it around and twist it around to where, oh, well, that wasn't what I was talking about. And it's like Nicole and I were just talking about through text message right before that's what made me decide to get on here and do this live stream. And I'm sorry I didn't, give you forewarning that I was going to do it. Like I said, I've just been super busy. I'm going to be working all week again. I'm trying not to go 7 days a week. I hang out in church on Sundays, and I like to go there and worship the Lord. That keeps me sane. And that keeps me sane. My relationship with Jesus. But so like Nicole and I were talking, it's like it pisses you off so bad because I have 6 kids, and none of my kids have ever been bank robbers, murderers, thieves. They never done that. Yeah, they got a little wild when they were going through their teens and stuff like that. You had to really come down on them hard. And I remember one time I had to take the door off of my 2 daughters' bedrooms, because they kept slamming the door and they weren't doing everything. So I took the door off. And boy, you would have thought that I was just the meanest dad in the whole world. But I'm not mean. Hey, Regan. But I'm not. Wasn't being mean. It's like, okay, so when my kids got in trouble, their bedroom was, and their door and their phones, that was privilege. If you don't obey the rules, then you're going to keep slamming the door. Then you're going to get the door taken off. And I took the door off the hinges and put it in the closet. And man, I got all kinds of flack for that. But I'm just saying, it's kind of like what I'm saying is like, so me and Nicole were talking about this a while ago, and it's like, they never did, they were never, my kids never were in jail and juvenile hall and getting tickets and stuff like that. They just didn't do that. And so, and that real one thing that's really pisses me off and has really got me really upset. It's like I was telling Nicole, is like I feel so freaking powerless because these guys did what they did to my kid, and they think I'm just gonna just sit like I'm some stupid person or something, you know. Just because I mow lawns doesn't mean I know anything. I mean, yeah, I can look at you and talk to you, and I can tell that you're a liar. You know, I know you're lying. I'm not dumb. I traveled to Carnival when I was a kid. I know how to read faces. Yeah, I traveled to Carnival from I was like 16 all the way till I was 20 years old. I was a carny. My job was to read your face to get your money out of your pocket. Yeah. So I mean, I know how to read people's faces, and so it's like I said, well, again, you confront a liar, they'll do two things. They'll get really pissed off, super pissed off, and want to fight you, which that would be a mistake if somebody wanted to fight me. But I mean, and then they'll run away and they'll avoid you at all cost. They won't go around you because they know that that they're liars. Because you're light and they're dark. And what happens when you go in a dark room, you turn on a light switch, the darkness leaves. And so, and then also another one that I wanted to bring up that happened back when Regan went to the public safety center right after she got through talking to Louis Engelberg and confronting him on his lie, because she'd asked him if Kim Barron was around, Deputy Chief Kim Barron, and he told her no, but yet she was. And then she comes down and talks to him, but yet, see, he lied. And then Regan confronted him right to his face and asked him, you wouldn't be being untruthful to me, would you? And of course, you could see you see the look on his face. Go back and see that video that she posted. You'll see it. Read his face. He's a liar. And then Dean Villano, he is so pissed off because now his chain's being rattled. And so he comes rocking right out to the parking lot like he's some big shot. And he hands these buttons back and telling them, well, it's just their belief. No, our belief is right. They're lying. They're covering stuff up. They murdered a young kid. I'm going to call him a kid because he's a kid. I know he's 27. He's a grown man, but they murdered him and they did it. And and their intent may not to be murdered Timmy. Maybe it was because there's so much things that are in this discovery drive that are so disturbing that if you were able to see it or read it, look at it, you would know right away that this is just a bunch of crap that they're doing. So, that is the one thing that's got me. And then the other thing, now see, we're going back to the videos. See, they lie. They have no dash cams. They have no body cams. So they can go do whatever the hell they want. They knew when Regan came in there. Chief Deputy Kim Barron, she knew Regan was in that office and she came down. So see, they have surveillance cameras there. But yet they don't have them in their cars or on their people. Because they want to video you. They don't want to video themselves, but yet they do have it, but yet they don't have it in interrogation rooms. Or at least that's what because on the Discovery Drive, there's none of that. And that is a very disturbing thing. Because video can be altered. Audio can be altered. And video can too, but it's all going to come out. It's all going to come out in the wash. And one thing that really pisses me off, and I was telling Nicole a while ago, is I feel powerless because I know what these people did to my kid, and they did it to my kid. And you just want to go, being honest about it. But I'm not going to. Yeah, they'll pull a Dean Milano on you. I want to go over there. I'll be honest. Hey, I want to go over there and take an eye for an eye, pull a Rambo or something like that. But you can't do that. Yeah, yeah, okay. But still, he lied. He lied. He didn't tell her that you were there to see her. And I wonder if he knew. I wondered if he knew that you knew who he was. Green. I wonder if Louis Engelberg knew that you knew who he was. Oh, that's right. You didn't really catch it right off the bat because he was behind the glass. But see, that's just like I was talking about behavior analysis. That right there tells the story. If this cop was totally innocent, if he was innocent, if my son Timmy was a wild guy that needed to be taken down like some wild animal, Officer Engelberg would be out there cruising the streets. But no, they got him inside there, and they're keeping him in there. At least he was 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I know this is just kind of like a rant. I'm sorry, but this stuff been going through my head all week. I've been busy. I'm trying to do other things to not, you know. I did have a really good phone call from the investigator Helena through Newman, Kilmer, and Lane, uh, and they're probably going to take this case, and that's going to be really good because I was talking to Helena, and she's a person too, and she's an investigator for them, and they're giving her crap. They won't give them the missing pieces of this puzzle that they've covered up. They won't come up with this video. They don't want to bring out with the fingerprints. So that's another thing is the fingerprints are missing. The blood analysis. Uh, the so-called knife that they found. Hi, Boisha. I'm ranting away. Bohica. I'm sorry, but I just thought I would get on here today and kind of do some stuff other than that. Is there's more and more and more, and the thing that really troubles me the most is Ethan Tackett's statement when they get him out of there and they bring him down there. And I already told you this is how he says that's not the guy that was in my house or apartment, excuse me, condo, whatever. That's not the guy that's in my house. The guy that's in my house was a Latino man, bald headed with baggy clothes. And that's not. And but then there's never you don't hear any more else about that. And then there's the speeding white truck. I don't know if it was a Chevy, Ford, whatever, which way it was going, but it was speeding out of the parking lot at the time Timmy was getting shot. So put it together. These clowns, and they're clowns, they're not cops. They're not detectives because they haven't done or investigated anything. There's witnesses they didn't talk to. Yes, they what they did to Timmy was they what's up, Tom? Yeah, they did that to my son, and it's very hard. And God forbid it should ever happen to anybody else. I mean, any of you. But to have somebody treat your kid that way, That's very hard to take in. Really hard. 'Cause that's your kid, man. That's your baby. You raised him from a teeny baby, fed him the bottle, changed diapers, raised him all the way up till he's a grown man. And he's a grown man. I'm very proud of what he was doing. You know, I'm very proud of all my kids. They're all doing good. Yeah, they're a little kooky, but I love them all. And so if you have kids, I know you have kids, you love your kids. And for somebody to do that to your kid and lie about it and think that you're just going to take it, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to fight this all the way till my last breath. I'm not going away. I'm just letting these lawyers take it. And I sure hope that girl, Marnie, I sure hope she takes this case because I think that girl's a firecracker. And I want to be there when she tears them cops up on the stand. I want to be there. I want to watch it. It isn't going to be nothing compared to what they did to Timmy. But I want to watch them as they're on the stand and they're getting interrogated by some firecracker lawyer. You know what I mean? I'm not going to hide the fact. Mari Newman, yeah, that girl. She just, you can read her body language, man. She's a firecracker, and I really, 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 really hope they take this case, and I really hope that she's the one that does it. I may be wrong about it. I may be wrong, but I've learned how to read people's body languages, and so you know that's why I wanted to do this. Here was the behavior analysis. You can study people and how they act and what they are, and you can tell a lot about a person by the way they carry themselves. By the way they act in certain situations. Like I have, you know, uh, I'm not gonna say. I have a brother that works with me right now, and he struggled all his life in and out of prison. He's been in and out of prison. My brother's been in and out of prison since he was 13, 14. And he's working for me now. He's helping me now. And it's really weird because I always have to be on the lookout for what's he going to do. Yeah, she is an incredible, intelligent attorney, Regan. And I really hope that she does it. Anyway, so behavior analysis goes back to and I might be wrong about her, but I could just look at it and I look at her picture and I think, you know what? I hope this gal can take it on. I hope she does because I want to be there. I want to be there in that courtroom when she's interrogating them guys and she's just tearing them up. You know, I want to see how they act. I want to watch their body language. You know, because obviously they don't have any behavior analysis skills or Timmy would be alive. Because, like I said a while ago, if it had been any other agency, Timmy would be with us today. You know? It doesn't matter what anybody's doing. He wasn't violent. He wasn't freaking trying to fight cops. You know? And that's one clear thing about the video that we have. The one clear thing about the statements that we have from people. And Timmy wasn't fighting with cops. He wasn't going after cops. He was trying to get away. You know, he was trying to get away from you. It's because, like I said, behavior analysis. If you study behavior, it's human nature that if somebody's shooting at you, you're going to run away. Unless you're a psychopath and you've got a death wish. which Tim didn't have no death wish. Tim was full of life. He's full of life, man. He floated down a river on a raft with his friends, riding his bike, video and everything. So, you know, but then see a picture of your son laying there with his phone just like a foot away from his hand, that he held that phone in his hand the whole time. Tim wanted the family. He wanted the family so bad, but it just wasn't in the cards for him. He's but still, I just wanted to get on here and I wanted to talk about it. And I don't know if what you guys. I thank you guys first of all for coming on here and listening to my rant. I don't know what you do for a living or anything like that, but if you just make a point just to try to study people and people's actions and how they are, it tell you a lot about people. And people are people, they're human beings, but some people are trained to do different things, and I just, been through life, a lot of life, and I feel like I've lived like 5, 6 different lives. I do too, Regan. I really do think that, and I think that's on the cell phone. I think that, Regan. I think Timmy was trying to talk to them, and he was trying to tell them that they had the wrong guy, because I think Timmy came up on there because there's no possible way that. And okay, so I know that we've talked about, Regan. I know we've talked about the facts and stuff, but Timmy was talking to Kristen on the phone 20 to 30 minutes before all this happened. There's no way that he had the time to run and bust in deadbolt doors, barefooted, pair of shorts and t-shirt. There's no way. And then not have any bruises on his shoulders, because he would have had to, if he, according to them, he had a knife in each hand. That's what they say. One witness says he had a knife in both hands. So, I mean, so he, at the bottom of his feet, because I asked the coroner, and then that was another thing. The coroner didn't even freaking look at the bottoms of the kid's feet, because I was the one who brought it up, and I called the coroner, and she acted like she got offended. We're trying to, Ed. We're going to, well, Newman and Lane they're reviewing. When I talked to Helena Monday, they're really close to signing an agreement with us, and so once they do that, then it's on. If they're having a lot of problems, because this we're dealing with a bunch of liars, cover ups. These people have been doing this a long time. Timmy's not the first person that they've murdered. And this is not you, Dean Villano. You can Google Dean Villano, goes back 20 years. He's been covering things up for 20 years. That's right, Dean. If you're watching this, it's out. The jig's up, bud. You're gonna get busted, dude. You know, you are just as guilty as Engelberg, because you're covering it up. And Mr. Mayor, you're the same way.
Mr. Herb.
Mr. Herb. Mr. Herb Atchison. See, I know all you guys' names. How many people do you know of us? We're a lot of people. You want to sit over there in your fancy house, your fancy place, and you want to have a board meeting, and you want to give people awards and stuff, but yet you're a liar, and you cover everything up, and you think that we're just going to be quiet about it. We're only being quiet right now because, we're gathering all our facts. Facts. that you're not going to be able to worm out of. Exactly. Nick, Nicole, exactly. That was a powerful statement. Nicole, good for you. That was a very powerful statement that Regan read for you. That was very good. You know, very good statement. I couldn't have done better myself. I mean, that was really good. And but they don't. These people that sit over there. But did you look when when she filmed it? You could see the faces of these people. They were listening when she read that statement Monday night. Was it Monday? It was Monday, huh? Yeah, Monday. Yeah, when she read that statement, you can see. And then when she walked out, the look on the chief police's face. Yeah, he knows. See the body language, man. It's the body language. She walked by one person. That wasn't the guy I was talking about. She walked by one guy. I don't know. He was sitting in a chair, kind of like laid back like this. He was sitting like this, and Regan walked like that. I saw his eyes kind of look out of the corner of his eyes. He kind of looked at her, but he wasn't wanting to look at her. But the look on that guy's face, he knew. And she just ruined their party with that statement. So I hope you're feeling better, Regan. But anyway, I don't want to keep you guys too long on here. I thought I am going to keep coming back on here and posting posts. I just can't do it a lot because I'm busy. The other day I went and did a job, and it was a simple valve job. Replace the valve. It's a metal valve. You replace the inside guts to the wire to the timer, and I've been doing this for 30 years. All the water's shut off everywhere. I went around, tested, all the water's shut off. So I start taking this valve off, and it's like 3 o'clock, and it's 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And some water comes out of it, but that's normal because you got all the water pressure in the house. It has to vent. And I usually go around, and I did go around and open up some other faucets to let the water vent out. That valve busted off of there. I had a water fountain that was 30 feet in the air. I was trying to push 60 pounds of pressure, PSI coming through there. And I'm holding it down, and I got it on there, but I couldn't screw it down to tight. So, India had called the city out. The city had to come out, and then the city just didn't unhook a valve. It was a buried valve that nobody knew was there that ran that side. So those people weren't paying for that water, but now they're going to be. So I've been busy. I've been pretty busy. But so anyway, I just thought I would get on here, and I wanted to rant, I wanted to rave, and I wanted to say hi to all you beautiful people, because I really agree that I'm really thankful that you're here for me, and that you're here for my family, and that you're following us, and that you're following Regan in all her endeavors. She's been awesome. She's been awesome. I wouldn't have gotten whatever I've gotten out of Westminster without her. We probably still be waiting on the freaking Discovery Drive. You know what I mean? That's the way. Hey, Isaac. So, that's just the way it is. Body language tells a lot of stuff about people, and so, you need to learn all that stuff now because we're living in a time right now that where it's getting pretty bad. There are liars in every corner. Yep. Yep. We're just after the truth. Breeding's after the truth, and she's helped me so much. More than I couldn't have done any of this without her. And so thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You and your husband both. The family has been, they've helped me so much, so much, and words can't even express the gratitude I have for those two. Um, I get teared up just thinking about it. But it's like me and Nicole were talking about earlier. It's this is my son that they did this to, and it's pretty hard. And I know some of you have kids, and it's different when you lose a family member. I mean, if a family member dies from natural causes, yeah, it's very sad, and or they die in a car wreck. But for your son to be brutally murdered like that, no, it wouldn't have been. It's bad all the way around, but it wouldn't have been so bad, if it would have been a couple of shots. But 11, that's way overkill. You're a very bad shot and don't need a gun in your hand to be an officer. Yeah, see you. Bye, Ed. Thank you for showing up. I'll do some more. I can't video from my phone. Sometimes on my phone I do a recording and it doesn't work. I sit there and I talk for like 15 minutes and then I get ready to post it and it says it stopped. I don't know. It's weird. Take care, Ed. Take care of all you guys. Take care and thank you guys for coming up here. And hey, you know what? If you need any of these buttons, if you want any of these buttons, let me know. I don't have very many left. I think I have about 3 or 4, but I'm pretty sure if we talk just right, Regan will make some more and get them out. And if you want one, that's fine. If you don't, that's okay. But we're gonna getting ready to fight this. This is gonna be a long fight. It's not gonna be something we're just gonna walk right into the courtroom and bing bing bang and it's over with. It's gonna be a long battle, and I'm really glad you guys are gonna come with me, and I'm really glad that I'm really glad because we are gonna start exposing a lot more stuff to these people. I mean, these people that have and if you need and I know Regan, you don't want money, but I want to help pay for postage and stuff for this stuff. So you let me know, or I'll just start putting money in your account. I'll send it through your PayPal, and then you can't send it back. See, that's another good thing. See, that's what I'm telling you about Regan. Is that she did this out. This is all the buttons. All these buttons she did out of her own pocket. She's helping me. Yeah, but well, the more buttons we get, the more that you need to send out. That stuff costs money. You can't just send it for free. The government, Donald Trump wants his money. I'm gonna run for president. It's pretty easy. Maybe I just gotta get a whole bunch of people to vote for me. I mean, you don't really do much except smart off and fire people. I'm just teasing. I wouldn't want to be president. Okay, so thank you for coming on here, and I'm sorry I've kind of like ambushed you with this little thing. I was going to do it yesterday, but you know what? I was working yesterday, and as soon as I got to my second job, it started raining. But I worked in the rain because I was just hooking up a drip system inside. It was mostly under shade tree, so I wasn't getting too wet. But then I had to go out in the middle of the yard and cut out some tree roots and go down and fix a pipe and then do that stuff. So it was raining pretty good. And then when it really started pouring, I loaded stuff in the truck and came home. But I have another job that I'm meeting tomorrow with the people. So I just have these jobs popping up, and I'm just praising God, hallelujah, because these jobs are coming in, and and I need to, that's why wintertime you just rest because they're coming. Okay, so hey, John, I'm sorry that I didn't tell you I was coming on here ahead of time. I'm doing well, John. Doing well, thank you. But anyway, so I am going to get off of here and I'm going to go get in bed and rest this body. My body aches because I've been working too much. But this is the season for me to work. Probably in about another month, it'll slow down and I'll be able to, to do some other stuff. But right now, I just need to just make money. Just need to make money. And so I am going to get off of here. And I really want to thank you guys for coming on here. And I really want to thank you for following me. And subscribe to Justice for Timmy with Tommy over there. Uh, Follow Regan and all her endeavors because she really does a lot of good stuff. She's fighting with the homeless for the homeless and stuff like that. And she does a lot of good stuff. I mean, plus she's selling chicken eggs. So if you're there in Colorado, she round her, she'll get you some fresh eggs. Uh, uh, but anyway, just wanted to hop on here and talk about this behavior analysis and profiling people because you can't go wrong. Crime scene tells the story of what happened. It talks. Body language talks too. It does. Body language talks. And so does the crime scene. And that crime scene, with all that drone footage that we have now, and this is from their own thing, tells a whole different story than you want a decal window? I'll put a decal on my truck and window. Thank you, Isaac. Isaac played football for me. He was my strong safety. No, he played free safety. Free safety. But he could play either way. And now you're playing some linebacker. He's playing some linebacker now. Isaac has been, he was a really good football player for me. Light people up, man. Knock the snot out of him. Tim played along with him on the Regulators. And there's a lot of other guys that have come on here, too, that played for me. And I still follow them. Some of them are playing for the Modesto Raiders right now. I think the Raiders are about done. One more game. Oh, you going to the ship? One more game than the championship. So you guys were winning a lot of people. Did you guys go in playoffs yet, Isaac? Because I kind of stopped following it. And I would go to your games, but you're out in Patterson. I don't want to drive way out there. But I will, I'd like to go to the championship and watch that if you guys get in it. 19-0. You guys got a good shot. You got a good shot. If you've been playing those boys up in Sacramento, I heard the Rattlers weren't as good as they normally are. Heard there was another team up there. I can't remember the name. Somebody was telling me the other day that there's a team up there that's just really off the hook up in Sacramento area. The Lions. That's who it was, right? The Lions are. Oh, the Rattlers. The Rattlers beat the Lions. All right. Well, anyway, hey, you can go over there if you like semi-pro football. A friend of mine, Leon, been a friend of mine for years and years and years. Him and dang, I forgot the other guy's name. Anyway, they run the Modesto Raiders. I think their website is www.centralvalleyraiders.com. CentralValleyRaiders.com. I think it's Modesto Raiders. No, it's not. Central Valley was what they used to be. Yeah. So go in there and type in Modesto Raiders semi-pro football, and you can follow them and find out what's going on with their thing. I mean, if you're a football fan, if you like football. Thank you, Regan. I'm learning. I'm getting a little bit better at this. I mean, I just, with the power of the Holy Spirit that lives inside of me, I learn how to do things, and it calms my nerves down a little bit. But things just go in my mind over and over and over again and again. And I push things out of my mind, but there's things that I need not to push out of my mind. There's things that I need to learn, that I need to stand firm on. And this is one thing, is the fight for my son. But anyway, I am going to get off here, and I'm going to let you have your Sunday back. I am going to eat dinner and go to bed. I'm tired. My hands, look at, they're all cut up. My hands are all cut up. They hurt. But they'll be all right. They'll be okay. The reward's worth it. Okay, so hey, you guys have a great Sunday, and I will talk soon.